Hey my friends, welcome to my channel. I'm Shailene Louise and I have a new collection of original watercolors coming out this week, on Thursday actually. So I wanted to do a quick video showing you the approach I've been taking with these paintings. So I grabbed some paper, I grabbed some blue gouache, and gouache is a opaque watercolor. It's kind of more chalky. It doesn't have the transparency range that watercolor has, but it's really great, especially for this kind of technique and approach that I'm taking for these paintings. So as you can see, to get started, I used a blue fine liner pen just to kind of match the color of the paints I'm going to use. And I do just a really simple sketch. I'm not getting super detailed, just trying to place the petals, the flowers, the leaves, and then I get started with my paints. So I am using a size 0 round brush today, and gouache is, as I said, it doesn't have the transparency of watercolor, so it's either blue or the paper's white. Like there's not like this range of blues like from dark to light, if that makes sense. So using this very small brush on this really textured paper, it's awesome because the texture in the paper kind of creates all these little dry brush kind of gestures, and I find that gives it a lot of dimension and a lot of interest. It feels almost like this wood carving look. My husband has a book of these old wood carving floral prints, and these paintings kind of remind me of that, which I really enjoy. So on a somewhat unrelated note, but kind of related, I really want to try to be more consistent with making YouTube videos. I feel like making videos on YouTube specifically is the thing I really want to be doing, kind of more than most things. And of course, it's the area that I seem to face the most resistance in. If you've read War of Art, you might know that reference, the battle against the resistance. But I always feel like I need like a really sunny, perfectly lit, setting. I need a totally quiet house, which doesn't ever really happen these days with 2 babies. But today I was just kind of thinking, what if I didn't make it a big process? I don't need my fancy camera. I don't need any fancy editing software. What if I just grab my nice phone that I have, and I just ended up using my phone to film and edit this video without overthinking it. And honestly, I'm really happy with how it turned out. Truthfully, I'm not really a perfectionist, but sometimes I feel like without even realizing it, I can kind of make things a little more complicated than they need to be. And so, I don't know, I feel like I kind of create roadblocks for myself, and I'm going to try and be more aware of the fact that I do that, and try and find ways to make video making just a little bit less complicated, and just I'm just going to try to not overthink it quite as much, which yeah, I'm not a perfectionist, but I can be a little bit of an overthinker, so I don't know. So anyways, back to the painting. So with these petals, with these tulip petals, I'm really trying to make sure to create that impression of round shape to these petals. So the way you create round form is you make the edges darker and you keep the center a little bit lighter. So you'll notice with this main petal here that I made all the edges a little bit darker to create that shading effect. I created these really fine wispy veins reaching up into the tulip petals, which I just love the texture of tulip petals. They're so just velvety and beautiful. Kind of an underrated flower, at least in my mind. I underrate them because I don't think about them that often. But I'm hopeful to grow some this next year. I got some tulip bulbs, and hopefully they do well here. I'm not really sure how tulips do in New Mexico. Not a lot of plants do great in New Mexico, except for high desert plants. You kind of have to be really intentional, but there's a lot of plants that just they don't really want to thrive here, but we do our best. So Anyways, after that, I just cleaned my brush, give it a quick signature with my blue fine liner. My dad looked at these paintings today and he said, "How did you paint your signature so small?" And I said, "I used a pen." But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're interested in any of these paintings you see, they will be available on Thursday at 9 a.m. So be sure to check my website or get on my newsletter, and I will see you then. Bye-bye.